thing. Let's go. Wait. Yes.
Bé, hola, bona tarda. Anirà arribant la gent, d'acord? I comencem doncs, aquesta presentació de la missió que fem a la startup BW Unite, doncs, que passarà a Mannheim. Bé, bàsicament, des de l'àrea de startups d'acció intentem doncs, atacar aquells factors que impedeixen que les startups esdevinguin scale-ups, mentre organitzem o intentem fomentar també doncs, el dinamisme de l'ecosistema local i la seva connexió a l'exterior. I és en aquest cas que entren doncs, actuacions com les d'avui, les que us volem presentar, que entenem que ens lliguen amb una de les economies principals d'Europa, d'acord, com és Alemanya, i en el cas de Baden-Württemberg, doncs, un dels lands més actius que properament ens explicaran, i també ens permeten, doncs, podríem dir, accés a mercats, d'acord? Una altra cosa que també intentem treballar des de l'àrea de startups d'acció és l'accés al finançament. Ja sabeu que tenim diferents serveis que us poden assessorar en la cerca de finançament més específic i més adaptat a les vostres necessitats, d'acord? I després també el que treballem molt és l'accés al coneixement i a l'experiència. Tenim un programa de mentoria, tenim més de 40 mentors acreditats per acció, que si teniu algun repte com a companyia us poden ajudar, d'acord? I us oferim aquest mentoratge i està disponible al web d'acció i bàsicament per assolir aquest servei heu d'estar al hub de startups inscrits, que és startupshub.catalonia.com. I bé, bàsicament donar el pas a l'Alberto Martín, d'acord? L'Alberto és el director d'acció a Alemanya, d'acord? I ell està situat a Berlín, però tenim oficina també a Stuttgart, que també forma part del land de Baden-Württemberg. I a continuació hi haurà una explicació més en profunditat de la fira per part de la Inés Bissinger o l'esdeveniment, i després finalment tindrem un espai de preguntes i respostes que farem en anglès, igual que l'explicació de la Inés. Alberto, endavant, si us plau.
Molt bé, moltes gràcies, Oriol. Bona tarda a tothom. Com acaba de dir l'Oriol, jo soc l'Albert Martín, el director de l'oficina d'acció a Alemanya. És una oficina que té la peculiaritat que estem repartits entre Berlín i Stuttgart, per tant, coneixem bé i de primera mà Baden-Württemberg, i jo, juntament amb l'Oriol, us acompanyaré també a les empreses que participeu en aquesta missió a Mannheim durant la Startup Night a Baden-Württemberg 2023. Ara només em volia presentar breument i transmetre-us un parell de missatges molt concrets. El primer és destacar el pes que té el land, la regió de Baden-Württemberg, com a economia d'interès i generadora d'oportunitats per a les startups. Potser també perquè sempre tendim a pensar en Berlín com a principal centre de referència per a les startups, i és cert que Berlín és molt interessant, potser especialment per a alguns sectors en concrets, com poden ser serveis, consultoria tecnològica, fintech, etc. Però el pes de Baden-Württemberg potser no el tenim prou ben calibrat. De fet, si veiem, per exemple, estadístiques com ara les principals 50 startups d'Alemanya del 2022, doncs veiem que Baden-Württemberg és el land que en té més, en té 9 d'aquestes 50, juntament amb Nordrhein-Westfalen, que és l'altre land que també té 9 startups entre les 50 primeres, però amb una població molt més gran. I Berlín, en aquest cas, es quedarien només 5. Per tant, bé, voldria destacar això en primer lloc, que Baden-Württemberg és un land que té molt a oferir a les startups, també perquè és una regió no ja d'Alemanya sinó d'Europa, de les més industrialitzades. Hi ha algunes de les empreses més grans que coneixereu tots, com poden ser Porsche, Daimler, Bosch, Festo, etc. I aquests sectors estan travessant una fase de transformació molt profunda que està generant també oportunitats en àmbits com la intel·ligència artificial, com la indústria 4.0, etc. I aquí és on hi ha necessitat que startups puguin oferir o identificar algunes d'aquestes necessitats o d'aquestes problemàtiques concretes per donar-los solucions. Per tant, creiem que és molt interessant aquesta missió, no només pel que té de contingut, que de seguida explicarà la Inés Bissinger, sinó també perquè pot permetre-us conèixer molt més bé aquest ecosistema, conèixer amb més profunditat a través de les visites que se celebraran, a través dels contactes que establirem i, naturalment, amb l'oportunitat que tindreu de fer elevator pitches i de donar-vos a conèixer, tenir una major exposició davant d'alguns dels actors principals d'un land tan important com Baden-Württemberg. Aquest és el primer missatge que us volia donar i, en segon lloc, abans de donar la paraula a la Inés, també m'agradaria subratllar que des de l'oficina d'Alemanya fem moltes activitats adreçades a startups. De fet, fa poc, justament a Baden-Württemberg, vàrem fer una missió amb l'objectiu d'ensenyar quines eren les principals tendències, les principals tecnologies que s'estan implementant en casos concrets en algunes empreses de Baden-Württemberg en l'àmbit de la indústria 4.0. I a partir de la tardor tenim dues activitats més previstes. Una és el Reverse Pitch, on el 17 d'octubre comptarem amb diversos inversors que també presentaran el seu portafoli i els seus criteris d'inversió, sobretot centrats en el que seria indústria 4.0 i Deep Tech. I si teniu interès també us convidem a participar-hi. I finalment, a finals d'any, del 12 al 14 de desembre, també farem una missió, com l'any passat, per segon any consecutiu, a la conferència NOA de Zúrich, on una vegada més les startups tindreu també una agenda de contactes i una agenda de reunions amb inversors i amb altres startups per poder teixir col·laboracions. L'Oriol i jo estem a la vostra disposició si necessiteu o voleu més informació sobre aquestes dues activitats. Ara només les volia esmentar, però la sessió d'avui ens té convocats per parlar de la Startup Baden-Württemberg Night 2023, per tant, no ens desviem del tema. Esperem poder-vos donar la benvinguda a Mannheim d'aquí poc més d'un mes, perquè això és gairebé imminent. Això tindrà lloc a mitjans de juliol. I ara sí, I would like to give the word to Inés Biesinger. She is the representative of the task force for Motors for Europe. And Inés will be telling us more about the Startup Night Baden-Württemberg 2023. So Inés, thank you very much for being here with us today. And please go ahead. The floor is yours. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Alberto, and also Oriol and Sergi, that we can be here today and also to present to you our event, which will be in July. Before starting my presentation, I want to introduce myself and also my colleague Mats Koch, who is also here in this meeting room, and I want to say some words to our region. My name is Inés Biesinger, like Alberto and also Oriol already said, and like my colleague, we are working here in the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Labor and Tourism in Baden-Württemberg, and we are responsible for the cross-border cooperation, but also for the 4 Motors network. And maybe you already heard, we have Baden-Württemberg has the presidency in the network for 1 year, has taken over the presidency in March this year, and so we are make the organization for the 2 events this year. And the one event is the Startup BW Night in the 12th to the 14th July in Mannheim. Baden-Württemberg, I think Alberto had already said something about our region, but after our Bavaria and Lower Saxony, this is the 3rd biggest of the German states. And we have a population about 11.7 million people who are living here. Baden-Württemberg is a really strong economic player in Germany, and our strengths are especially in the automotive sector, but also in the health economy and also in other subjects. But these are the most automotive, with like Daimler and Porsche are really known and famous. Then also, we want to stay innovative. We are in a transformation also in the automotive sector. So startups play a really important role for us in our region. And this is also why we started the Startup BW state campaign in our ministry. And this plays a central role. And we want to strengthen the startup ecosystem in Baden-Württemberg and wants to increase the signification Baden-Württemberg as a startup location. And this campaign started since 2017, and we are happy with the results. So since some years, we have a really increasing startup activity. We have a high percentage of young companies and startups. 70% were founded before 2019, and the startup ecosystem in Baden-Württemberg has a high bandwidth of different industries. And we have a great diversity, but also focus on software and medicine can be very identified and closely followed by industry and e-commerce. But we have not one hotspot in Baden-Württemberg like in Stuttgart with the startups. So we have the advantage that we are really strong in broad. so that startups are also in smaller cities, and it could be found everywhere. So we have Stuttgart, but we have Mannheim, we have Karlsruhe, we have Heidelberg. So it's really, really broad, so that we have not one center and that we cannot say that one ecosystem is better than the other one. So that's also why we said this startup BW night, we will focus every year on another city. Then for the 4 Motors, I don't know, for only some words, it's an old network. It was founded 35 years ago in 1988, and it consists of Lombardy, of our region, of Catalonia, and also of Alvèrnia-Roine-Alps. And these 4 regions are really economically and scientifically strong players in Europe, and this is also the reason why they wanted to be together in this network. And also, with the event, we will invite all the 4 regions are invited. So that means the delegation will be consists of all the 4 regions. So I'm starting now my presentation. A moment. Okay. So, okay. Okay, I will tell you something about the startup BW night in Mannheim. So last year I said we had the first edition. The first edition was in Stuttgart. There we had, for example, 22 startup pitches on stage. We had 30 partners involved. We had over the whole event, we had 3,000 participants. And that means also, like you see, it's a public event. It's not, you have not to pay an entrance, so that everyone can be part and can come only also for some hours. It's like the aim is like to promote the local startup ecosystems, and like I said, we have like really a broad range of the startup ecosystems in Baden-Württemberg, so that this year we will focus on Mannheim. And yeah, like I said, it's a yearly event. It started last year, but it will be continued now every year. And we will make it special this year because Startup BW Nights goes international, and the 4 Motors are invited to this event, and we have a special program for them around the Startup BW Night. And also this night brings together, or this event, people with interest in professional self-employment, founders, startups, young and established companies, and as well as investors. And we have a relaxed atmosphere there. We have we have pitches. We have also like networking spaces. We have an exchange discussions and also matchmaking. And now I will concentrate what is so special about Mannheim and its startup ecosystem. As Mannheim is the second most populous city with like 311,000 inhabitants. It's one of the most active, agile, and innovative locations for startups in Germany. Is like really high level of satisfaction among founders. It has a really lively music and creative industry scene. Former it was has an industrial past and has transformed into like in this creative industry, and is a strong has strengths as a startup location in the tech community, textile industry, creative industry, medtech, and music industry. And yeah, music is the keyword. Since 2014, it is also the UNESCO City of Music. So that is also really special about Mannheim and also the ecosystem there. I will continue. Where is Mannheim? So Mannheim is in the north of our region, and it's really easily to come here. It's like to take a flight to the Frankfurt International Airport and then come with the high-speed train to Mannheim main station. It's like 30 minutes, and then you're already there. Then about a little bit of the facts or figures of this event. We will start at the 12th of July, and end of July, the end of the mission or of this event will be the 14th July in Mannheim. Our target group is like startups, startup incubators, cluster organization, administration, who has to do with startups. So, our aim also in the 4 Motors is to strengthen the connection between startups in the 4 Motor regions and to create new business opportunities. And what is the added value? Yeah, you can network among the delegation of the 4 Motors, but also with the during the program, invest and explore the ecosystem in Mannheim. The costs, yeah, we cover the cost of accommodation and meals on site, so you have only to pay your travel expenses to Mannheim. And yeah, from our side, the head of delegation will be our head of department. Then a short overview about the program. What are we doing? We have the first day you arrive in the afternoon, and in the evening we start with the informal networking dinner with selected stakeholders of the ecosystem in Mannheim. So there we will be having yeah, startup accelerators. We have people who are working with startups, who are manager of the startup centers in Mannheim, and also we want to have startups there. Then in the next day, we visit the startup center Muffinex. I will say something about it some minutes later. And then also have a guiding walking tour for Mannheim, and with a special focus. And in the end, we will be the whole starting at the afternoon until the evening on the startup BW night. Then in Friday, it's there's no program, so there's an individual departure. Yeah, then I will present you some program highlights. One highlight is the visit of the startup center Muffinex. It's like a hotspot for innovation. There's like 60 startups working and are part of this startup center. It's tech orientated. It's the focus is on IT. It's on Industry 4.0. It's on Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. There are like already more than 170 companies have already successfully entered the market from this startup center. It's a perfect launch platform for tech-oriented startups, and yeah, I also made the link to the Muffinex Technology Center for Startups, so you can see more information. And yeah, so this will be a visit. We will have there like a program. We have a presentation of the Mannheim's ecosystem by the management of the center. Then we will have a pitch of a startup, or maybe also more startups who are working in this startup center. And then we will have in the end also a guided walk through or a visit through the startup center, and end with a lunch. So this will be the visit, and it's really interesting. And I think also when you have the direct contact with another startup, you have already the time to connect and to discuss about ideal framework for investing, and also to develop your companies. Then another program highlight is, yeah, we will have like a little break and have explore the Mannheim City Center with a special guided visit. It's like we have the visit of the Open Urban Art Museum in Mannheim and see these murals. And it's like a one and a half hour. And on the one hand, you can discover a little bit the special, the city center of Mannheim. And on the other hand, you have this creative aspect. So yeah, this is like a little change from the first program in the Muffinex Center. And then, yeah, we go to the startup BW night, which start in the afternoon. There we will give you like a guided walking tour over the site of the startup BW night, and also that we go to selected startups to give you to present the delegation, and that you can also present yourself. But on the other hand, match together with the startups of Mannheim. That's also a service of us for this event. And in the evening, you have the pitching session of the 4 Motors for Europe. There you have the possibility on the main stage to present yourself and to promote your product or your company to a broad public. And also there in the public, there are like from other startups, you have also investors, you have startup accelerators. So and after the pitching session, we want that then there's a possibility that people who are interested in your ideas, in your company, that they have the possibility to come and to get in touch with you. And after our official program for the 4 motors on the startup BW Unite, there's like the rest, there's an official program. Then we have the possibility also to hear something about green tech, artificial intelligence in the music design. Then there are also pitches, because there's like a competition over the whole year, and this the winners of or some I think 20 startups have the best of 5 here, and the best in the end, they have the possibility to present themselves again. And yeah, in the end, you have also music and a band, and like I already read on the or I have the information from my colleagues, then after this official end in the startup BW Unite, there's also an after show program in the clubs of Mannheim. And yeah, so why you should come to Mannheim, or if you come to Mannheim, you can connect with startups and other stakeholders of 3 regions. You have a tailored tour over the startup BW Unite, which will help you to find the right partners in Baden-Württemberg and especially in Mannheim. And you can present your startup in a public pitching session. You can visit the startup center Muffinex for tech-oriented startups and get in touch with them. And you have accommodation and meals for free. So when you're hopefully fully interested, then do not hesitate and come to Mannheim. And for further information, also for questions, please contact us. And yeah, thank you for your attention.
Okay, Ines, so thanks for your explanations. Okay, now we have still some minutes in case some startups wants to ask any question. So if you guys want to ask any questions, I would like you to unmute you and connect your cam and start the question and raise your hand, please. Do we have any questions from the audience? No questions so far?
Hi, Uriel.
Okay, Michaela, go ahead.
Ines, hi, nice meeting you virtually. I have a question regarding the public pitch a little bit more in detail. You mentioned that basically everybody who is interested in pitching up the project or idea or company can participate on that public pitch, or how long does it take? How is it this elevator pitch for 5 minutes, for 1 minute? You know, what is the needed preparation for that? Do you make any selection, or you just, you know, do the schedule? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Yeah, the pitch for the 4 motors is like limited for 20 or 25 minutes, I think. Maybe we have also 30, but it's not more. And yeah, we have there's like a 3-minute pitch. Also you have 3 minutes to present itself. There's also a moderator who will be introducing you and also have will ask some questions also about your company, so that it's clear about also for the public, what are you doing, and maybe also what are you in a moment, where are you, in which state with your company. And yeah, and it's about, I think and then the pitch itself, it's like 3 minutes. And you don't need something technical. It's only, you don't need a presentation or something. It's like only, yeah, by word. It's not like PowerPoint or something. Yeah.
And only 2 companies, as far as I understand,
yeah,
from our side, from Catalonia, will pitch. Only 2. If we bring 5 companies, 5 startups, only 2 will be selected.
Yeah, that's right.
Do we have any more questions? So if we don't have any more questions, Ines, would you like to add something, like any call to action for the startups?
In the moment, I think I will look if I forgot something, but I think it's a good mix. To have like on the one hand networking aspects, but also to have like a pitching possibility. Also, we have like a cultural program with also like this guided walk through the city. Also, the cultural program is going on the startup BW night, so that's not only one pitch after pitch, or so there's also like every time a relaxing atmosphere with music and also food stands, so like it from other events, I think. So yeah, it's I think and on the one hand, I think also an advantage is that you have the delegation is not only from Catalonia, so it's like already an international delegation which will be together the whole time. So maybe to sum up,
Okay, yeah. Having the chance to interact with other people, just from the other motors, so other startups from the other motors, and also the ones from Mannheim or Baden-Württemberg is a key thing. So if you have any questions regarding the event, you can contact Ines. She already shared her email. Okay, but if you want to register to the mission, and in the case I've shared the link. Okay, where we and with the guys from Acceleradores Barcelona will select the startups. Okay, so thank you, Alberto, for your time, for the insights, and Ines, thank you for letting us to know more about the event, Startup BW Night in Mannheim 2023, and I hope we can meet there with you guys and also with startups. So have a very nice day. Thank you very much.
thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.